all tied up, and this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.
Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Tour. We're live from the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois, bringing you the 2025 Chicago Charities Grand Prix with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corient. Tournament support has also been provided by the following local tournament sponsors: Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, Wintrust, Viking Athletics, CPTC, and the CNSWPL. I'm Denise Murphy, along with the awesome Brad Easterbrook, bringing you the women's final match between our number 1 seed, B. Lopez and Taya Page, versus our number 2 seed, Florentina Hanish and Ana Maria Zubori. Brad, excited to call this match with you today.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's the first Grand Prix of the season, and it's for a great cause, for a bunch of charities where they raise a lot of money. We'll do a quick look of our players on the court, and we'll talk about this match, Denise. So as soon as we get that player profile off there, and Rob Laboon is our umpire. All right, so as we go into the top of our left of our screen, that is B. Lopez and her partner in the ad side going around the horn is Taya Page. And then as we go around the back here, they just switch sides on the bottom right of their screen, Ana Maria Zubori and her partner Florentina Hanish. And we got a battle of the 1 and 2 seeds. And they've played a bunch of times before, and most notably last year in the semifinals. Why don't you talk about their head-to-head a little bit, Denise?
Yeah, so last year, their head-to-head, starting like earlier in the season, Page and Lopez had lost the Baltimore Open to Hanish and Zubori 4-3, then lost the Winchester Classic in 3 sets. But then towards the second half of the season, 2025, in Short Hills, Page and Lopez beat them in 2 straight sets. And then the most recent was in the semis of Nationals last year, which I had the privilege of calling that match with Guy Moore. Page and Lopez were victorious in 3 sets. So very tight, really. I mean, what we do know is this is going to be an explosive, exciting match. Like you said, Brad, number 1 and 2 seeds going at it. Their road to get here, Page and Lopez in the quarters beat the number 11 seed, O'Sullivan and Saric, 4-0. And in the semifinal round, they beat the number 3 seed, Morgan and Socorro, 6-0, 6-1.
Yeah, they lost 5 games on their way here in 4 matches. So yeah, that's a steamroller. And they are a bit of a steamroller. The fastest team out there. They have cut finishes, a lot of weapons. You know, so do Hanish and Zubori. And they've been playing a different style. And they brought that into the semifinals of that match. Why don't you talk a little bit about that, Denise?
Yes, so in the semis of Nationals, Hanish and Zubori went into a very interesting formation, which we had seen them float in and out of in the past, but they lost the first set to Lopez and Page, and then they went into this formation where Zubori just took over the net. Hanish was back there as her, just cleanup crew, getting everything back that went past Zubori, but it was an incredible display of athleticism, reaction, Zubori just took over. They won the second set and then lost the third set, and very close. So these two teams, it's going to be a battle. I'm super excited to see what happens here.
We'll talk about that as the match goes on too. I'm very excited as well. It looks like Lopez and Page are going to serve, and we're getting underway. It's a nice cloudy day out there in Chicago, Denise.
Yes. So yesterday was sunny and 20 degrees warmer. In the low 60s, and today we're in the 40s with clouds. It was raining cats and dogs this morning, but it cleared up just for us for the women's final here at the first Grand Prix at Glenview Golf Club.
All right, that is Taya Page to serve. Good rip there from Hanish on the return.
This is the first time these two teams have met each other since Nationals of last year.
Ooh.
Oh,
let court. Oh, great off-pace little drive there.
Of course,
Great
first
shot
point.
from Lopez.
Epic. I mean, one of the changes I see from Hanish Zubori from last year to this year is Hanish has really dialed in her forehand and bringing more offense from that deuce side than she did last year. That's no longer a safe dump zone, so to speak, to put the ball there and just have lobs or the probing drive. She is really bringing it, which is unsettling to her opponents for sure.
Yeah, and that's a good thing because that's been the go-to spot. And you see that return dipping.
Yes.
She's always been able to hit the ball from high to low. It's very flat. She's adding a little more spin to it as well. And that's going to be a big difference because the more drive she hits, that gets Zubori more involved. If they can just hit a ball over there to Hanish and she lobs 20 balls, it sort of ices out Zubori. Great lob.
That's a phenomenal lob, especially from that her position and situation.
I just mistimed that ball off the deck. All right, a couple of break points here for Hanish and Zubori right in the outset.
I mean, look at where Hanish has to go to return that serve, Brad. It speaks a lot to the quality of that serve.
Actually, it was funny. I was thinking about that myself, though. I'm wondering if it's a little too hard in some cases because Hanish loves the ball higher. You know, a low serve that might go in there. She teed up a couple of good returns there. Anyway, great game from Hanish Zubori. And as you said, we saw more of the driving out of Hanish, which is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Now we'll see how they play this service game, Denise. You know, basically they're playing a full I formation with one player at the net and one player back when they go into that formation where Zubori gets to the net. And basically Zubori takes anything she can in the front, and anything that goes by her, Hanish just gets it. If she can drive it, she drives it back. If not, she puts up a lob. And it's very unique. And we'll talk about the different strategies and what it means in the match as the match goes on if we see him do it.
It's a great early take by Pejic over there. That early block, taking up on the rise, taking time away from Hanish and Zubori. That's a very difficult shot to hit, especially in these warmer temperatures. She timed it beautifully, 2 times in a row.
Yeah, she's very quick. You know, Pejic and Lopez very fast. So they're able to really reposition themselves, move up the wires. They have offense on all sides.
Again, I love, Brad, listening to the early communication. It allows the player to, identify it's their ball earlier, which helps them be balanced hitting that next shot. It's just, there's no misunderstanding or no hesitation of who's taking what ball. It's identified early, and they position themselves accordingly.
I like what I see him on Hanish Zubori right from the outset. They're not trying to overplay too many cut overheads or anything. They're pushing the ball deep, willing to be patient. If they get an easy ball, they'll probably go for a cutter. I think at times last season they were going for too many cut overheads, and they were losing control of the net. The key is to keep control, even though it's going to take a little longer to break somebody down.
Yep. I spoke to them before the match, them being Hanish and Zubori, and that was, their strategy is to just keep it at their pace without getting too crazy.
Well, that was great. And then that last point, it's a great point, and we're going to watch this throughout. They used, Pejic's speed against her. She started moving up the wire, and they pushed it slow, medium behind her. They can do that. They can get Pejic and Lopez to move too fast and then play the ball the right pace behind them, and that'll actually slow Pejic and Lopez down, which isn't the pace they really want to play.
Agreed.
They can play that way, but it's the best way to play it. You always want to play it at the pace you want to. That's best for you. That's what's unique about paddle. You always have that opportunity. So they're just pushing these long, deep overheads through the court. Yeah, everything landing deep. Watch the blitz. That's got to be called out there by Zubori.
It's a great cover. It's a good move, that pressure move.
Yeah, but that was terrific. They finally got a much better lob up there.
Yep.
She goes to the high push, but the blitz was right behind it. You got to call that out, eyes forward, when you're the net player.
And in these temperatures, Brad, wouldn't you, if you call it out early, just get the heck out? Because you, most of the time, Paige and Lopez just hit the ball. They hit the bejesus out of it. So they have a problem, most likely a better chance to take it off the wires than they do try to navigate that tough volley.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, so break point right back. Oh, just a slightly loose error there.
Yep.
And it's 1-1. Great game. We're seeing all the skills these players have out there.
I love how Lopez and Paige are taking some time chatting, probably reinforcing the strategy, what their goal is at the net, because obviously they have a different thought process when you're in control of the net versus at the baseline. Here we go.
All right.
B. Lopez
serving. 1-1 first set. I'm Brad Easterbrook with Denise Murphy. Women's final round action at the Chicago Charities. Oh, great hands.
Yep, Zubori shot needs. Well, Hanish first needs to lob that ball out, and Zubori should be getting out right away.
Yeah, it's like the expectation. The problem is Hanish either has to take a real crack at it. She sort of hit this high, medium chip backhand, or she's got to lob it, right? And I think Zubori was expecting an offensive drive that would allow her to stay in. But that's a lack of communication as to how they want to play it there. And we'll see if that happens more as it goes along, because it looked like she just wanted to stay up.
It's a great read. By Paige, cutting that ball off. That's going to be trouble.
Now, you called the other semifinal today, and they beat Morgan and Socorro 1-0. They gave up one game, and that's a very good team. They've been really the third best team in the country.
Yes.
Not the third, maybe I guess the fourth probably. But they always win a couple of tournaments. They're very strong. They must have just been dominant in that match.
Yeah, I actually didn't call that match. I called Floor.
Oh, the
Hanish
Halbauer match?
Zubori
Oh,
versus,
okay.
yes, Maturka and Hallbauer. But that was, I mean, that match was 3-0. Hanish Zubori beat them in the semis. And in the quarters, they beat number 6 seed Cranon Herschel 0-1 late yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, Hanish Zubori had an easy, like a good-looking run. They were playing lights out. They had a tough match against an unseeded team in Curtis and Granger. In all fairness, it should have been a highly seeded team in the tournament. They just have not played.
Those dark horses are always tough, Brad, when they're not
Sure.
unseeded teams that perhaps haven't played tournaments in a little bit or just don't play many, and they combine and decide to come out for a tournament like Charities. It's a tough one. That was a great return by Hanish. That pressure from Zubori. Well, I love that, moving through that ball.
So you talked a bit about, Paige and Lopez. They lost the first 2 times and then won the next 2 against Hanish Zubori. And they're clearly a team that's been on the come for a couple of years. But it feels like they're, right now we're not sure if Macy Elliott is going to play, 4-time national champion, and Lynn Bursch and they're definitely not playing together as Lynn Bursch is taking this season off. It's a wide open season out there.
It is.
As it starts off, would you say that, we're right at the beginning of the season, Denise, but would you say they're the front runner? This is their year, essentially, kind of?
Yeah.
I know Hanish Zubori are going to have a lot to say about that, obviously.
Yes, but yeah, I think Lopez and Paige are dialed in. From what I can see from last year, their game is, I would say, easily upwards of 15 to 20%. Their movement there is more precise. As a team, they seem to be understand and know exactly what each other's choices are, covering each other beautifully. We kind of saw that unfold last year as the season progressed. They were just getting stronger and stronger, and coming out and seeing them playing the matches just here at Charities, I was like, wow, this team is up the bar even more compared to last year.
All right, that's great stats there from our court director. and it will be bringing those throughout the match. It's great to see how these matches are won. I mean, last two games got won by Lopez and Pejic on missed overheads, routine overheads from Hanish Zubori. This match is too close for that to continue if they want to win this thing.
Yep. They need to play within themselves, make high percentage choices. They don't need to hit great targets to be effective in this match. And I think they'll settle in. It's the beginning of the match. Like we said, they haven't met each other since last year at Nationals. I'm sure there's a lot of feelings involved. It's a big stage, finals of the first Grand Prix of the season. So they're working through it, figuring out what the best strategy is.
Yeah, I don't think they were playing any bad shots. They just missed them.
Yeah.
All right, 15 love for Hanish serving.
It's a great take.
Great. Yeah, nice hard drive right off the left hip on Zubori.
I mean, she just took that so early.
30-15.
Yeah, there are pluses and minuses to going for the hard serve. It bounces higher, so if you don't kick it into the wires and things, people can come over the top of it and make the ball go down. What a response there from Hanish.
It's a beautiful shot.
And she does the serve and stay back play. She just got rocketed one at her. She stays back, takes it off early off the deck, and that is a very good play for her to mix in.
Yes. Anytime you can keep your opponents guessing, not being predictable with the lob all the time when the ball gets past Zubori at the net, it really is uncomfortable for the baseline team because they're unsure what's coming.
And it seems like they want to play that style with Zubori staying on top of the net, but they haven't had a chance yet. Pejic and Lopez have been driving the ball through the court too well, not allowing Zubori to stay up there, but she got out nicely that point.
Well, what happened in the second set of Nationals last year, Brad, is when Zubori went into that formation of I and Hanish staying back at the baseline, Pejic and Lopez started hitting around Zubori and started missing drives that they weren't missing the entire first set. So I think they learned from that. And as a result, recalibrated their targets when Zubori's up there. They're no longer trying to go around her necessarily and hit a low percentage angle. They're choosing much high percentage choices and shots. It's tough.
Yeah, and you lose nothing by continuing to lob. And you make a great point. Every strategy that your opponents pull out, there is a counter. And the counter in this case is not to try to drive it around Zubori every time, but actually to drive it at her when you have a good one. And then if you don't, just keep hitting a good lob. Now here you go. They did it for 1 point. And you can see Zubori cut it off, and then Hanish comes right in. Now they're playing traditional style.
I do love how they flow in and out of that formation. Once again, just constantly giving her Pejic and Lopez a different look.
I think it's great. And it was the first time. We've seen, that a few times. That's a second blitz. Got to start calling. I want to hear those from the players out there. But we've seen that on the men's side here and there, specifically from teams like, Araya and Parsons, and where you get a dominant net player, you keep them up close, and they try to cut everything off they can, and the other guy has great screen drives from the back and can kind of keep the point going, and also defend back there. But it's the first time we've really seen any of that on the women's side, and it takes an amazing skill set and volley set from the player in the front, and an amazing skill set in the backcourt, being able to one-time drives off the deck. So it's great to see.
I want to point out, look at how Pejic's follow through on her backhand screen lobs. It's just for all those players out there, no matter what level, it's just when you're lobbing, that follow through is just so important when you're getting that ball off the screen. I mean, they're consistently getting Zubori both feet behind the service line, which significantly limits the amount of offense she can bring on her overhead bottom line. She's not able to hit those cutters. She's not able to hit those crazy spins that don't come off the side screen. So they're really neutralizing one of her biggest strengths by lobbing so well.
Yeah, this is a perfect point by both teams. Right, they're waiting for the opportunity. They've had a couple of good shots. Hanish, a couple of good waterfalls. Both teams just looking for that one ball that's going to be the right ball to drive. And here's a ball she can try to do more with, and there it is. Yes, she goes hard at the body with a heavy roller. Great shot there.
That was a great point played by all four players, but that's the risk. When Zubori gets a lob middle of the service box or in front, it's pretty much done. She will unleash a massive roller. She'll unleash a cutter. She will put so much smack on the ball that is very hard to return. It's a great, and Paige's response, just, again, jumping on that higher serve, Brad, to your point that you're saying. She seems to like that higher ball.
Oh, she's crushed 3 of them in this game.
Yeah.
The best success she had was staying back the one time, but, you know, they have a lot of weapons, and we talked about that. Pejic and Lopez, tremendous offense, tremendous speed. There's another great ball, great hands. Oh, look at that, making a wall at the net.
Yes. Such a great move by Zubori. Just, again, constantly inserting pressure in so many different ways. And her opponents feel that, guaranteed. I think I just heard a "you please."
Yes, it was very, very polite. Nothing
That's
else.
amazing.
We can always have good etiquette.
Mama
Denise.
would be proud.
Exactly.
Just phenomenal point.
Yeah, it's great early action here. Both teams playing to the pace they want to, looking for the right shots. I like this. They're doing an I formation, making her force, just hit a different target. I like it. She took the same target both times, but Zubori, great hands, up to the task. Now we're seeing these I formation. Just keep lobbing till you get the right ball.
Go.
And don't try to drive around her. All right, now we switch it up again. Zubori. Hanish joins Zubori at the net.
Just love it. I mean, the decision making on these overheads so good. Mixing up the pace, mixing up the targets, and as you see, Hanish is doing such a great job of mixing in the trajectory, hitting those waterfalls, which just creates a much more difficult overhead. It just changes the overall timing, and the ball drops significantly quicker.
Yeah, this is great. And I love the fact that we haven't seen a single cutter yet, believe it or not, from Zubori. She's only done the offensive shots from up close. I think that's very important not to force it. Great game there by all players.
Phenomenal. Brad, I just want to point out, for the viewers that aren't familiar with all 4 of these players, I mean, Hanish and Zubori, they've won nationals 2 times together in 2021 and 22. Floor Hanish has won another one in 2017 with Annika and Sternberg. So just, I mean, that speaks for itself. And then you look at Pejic and Lopez, who I believe this is their only the 3rd year playing, and last year they came in 2nd in nationals. So just incredible talent. These 4 players, top of the game. And it's a treat to call this our first Grand Prix of the season.
Yeah, and as we said, both these teams, you know, the 1 and 2 seeds, and right now it's an open year. There is no Elliott and Bursch out on the horizon. Our last 3 nationals, they won 3 nationals in a row. You know, Morgan and Sikora have always put up great results, but they haven't quite broken through yet, you know, to be in that. They've been in the top 4, but the other 3 teams, it's just an open year, and it's kind of a little bit of the same on the men's side, a little bit as well, where we're going to see some new talents break through. Just wide.
Great overheads. Again, the ball is just coming off a little bit high for Zubori to create any offense from those. She forces her to dig deep, which eventually is going to elicit a short lob response or a missed lob like it did.
All right, a question called there from, called out by Hanish and confirmed by umpire Rob Laboon. So it is 2 break points for Hanish and Zubori to go up 3-2 in this first set. Oh, great move there from Hanish. You see her run up the wire to get out of the way of the hard overhead at the body. And she maybe hit that a little hard. Lopez should have changed it to a slower roller.
What I love, Brad, is the pattern that Hanish and Zubori, whoever they drive, whether it's a little chip, whether it's a probing drive or a heated drive, that is the same player that they lob. So, just
Right.
creating that instability, pulling that player into the net, and then finding the space behind them. It's just rock solid strategy. And then every once in a while, they might disrupt the pattern. So to keep their opponents, again, you don't want to be predictable, but it's a great recipe to extract that off balance overhead that's hit, which typically leads to a missed target. It's a great drive.
Gotta love the emotion there from Zubori and Hanish. And it's time to talk about one of our great sponsors, which is Corient. And Corient is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2025-26 season. Corient is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. To learn more, go to corient.com. So, we're talking about wealth management with Corient, and out here, these guys are just managing the pace of the game and what goes on. Everything out in a paddle court is always a lot of choices, and I think great choices in general made by all teams. Occasionally, I think Pejic and Lopez are getting caught actually moving this thing into a place where they're giving too many looks, like speeding it up almost too much, but not in their kind of, that's better for them. But it's a great match.
So good.
All right. Now, Pejic was crushing returns in the last game. See, Lopez went for a big one there. She just missed it that time. Just pushes it back. Good serve there from Zubori.
I love just how Zubori, anything that's a little bit off pace, even if it's a big ball, she's moving into it, which takes time away from the baseline team. It's just so good. It's like the volley's coming back before that he can do anything about it. Nice.
Oh, terrific volleys. What a get, though, from Lopez.
Yeah, I mean, she's so fast.
I think, would you say they're the quickest team?
Yes.
For sure, Pejic and Lopez. I mean, I think they are, and Hanish Zubori very fast as well.
I actually have a note here, Brad, that P is one of the fastest players on tour, and she's also the best dancer. I've never seen it. I've never seen it, but I'm just saying this was written down, so I thought it was worth mentioning.
By what metric? Is she popping and locking? Is she breakdancing or just in general?
Maybe doing a little robot. Oh no, that would be.
All right, sounds good. Maybe we can have a version of Dancing with the Stars here.
Yes, I think you're onto something. Wow.
Oh, that's a great cross.
I mean, Pejic just comes in right behind that. Most people would continue to retreat. The pressure is just felt always, Brad, by Pejic and Lopez. I mean, Hanish was inches from the net, reading, anticipating that drive.
Perfect close.
Great gut.
Yeah, they're just seeing the play so well. What a get there.
what I think is just so, it blows my mind. The word isn't coming to me right now, but how both of these teams can be in extreme defensive position, Brad, and then flip it to an offensive shot. They just immediately flip it. It's really, really, it takes so much talent. It takes so much just anticipation and awareness in order to do that consistently. Really impressive.
See, that's a tough drive right there. They're just making one or two a little bit incorrect choices there. They're both on top of the net, and right now it's just Lopez and Page have plenty of time to get this thing right. They're just playing a little too quick in some of the wrong spots, and Hanish and Zubori are just reading the situations right. In that last game, we saw Lopez and Page hit about 6 or 7 great dives, but in almost every case, you saw Hanish and Zubori closing. They were reading it, closing it right off. It's like one too many of the drives and too many of the situations. You see Hanish and Zubori reading them all right now.
Yes. No, it's a great targeted drive by Hanish right to Lopez's right hip. So it's not just hitting a drive to hit it. It's knowing exactly where the chink in the armor potentially is to cause just a tougher volley to navigate. Again,
That's 2 in a
right
row.
hip. Yep.
Great shots from Hanish.
And again, for a team that likes to flip to forehands, against the big ball, you have got to be backhand ready. That's your shield. You just don't have time to flip in a consistent way. I mean, sure you make some, of course, but when they're targeting that hip, that's just a much more difficult volley to make when you're flipping to a forehand. Again, Hanish 3 consecutive lobs, 4. Just consistently getting the feet beyond the service line.
But as you mentioned earlier, she is bringing in the big forehand. She's 2 big drives in there, and it's making a difference. You know, right now, Hanish and Zubori, and it was early on in the match when they were actually down 2-1. Hanish and Zubori won 3 games in a row here. And I mentioned that they just missed 2 easy overheads. Since that moment, they've given them almost nothing, very little. There's a couple of missed drive errors there, but they've given them so little. They're just playing a great match.
This is the ever-important 7th game, Brad. It's a lot different if it's 5-2 or 4-3 going in when they switch sides. It's a totally different feel.
Huge difference. And you can see there a great strategy change there. That time, Page and Lopez, Page comes over and cuts off the volley, and the same return comes from Hanish. She's able to start the point. The last 2 times against Hanish, she was able to win the point with the drive. Good waterfalls.
Yeah, I love Page's support. Get low, get low. Just always supporting and trying to help out their partner as best as they can. It's a change of trajectory. But in general, I love how when they're deeper, they, meaning Hanish Zubori, just making contact lower so that ball bounces lower.
It's really another perfect read.
Yes, by Hanish stepping up, Brad. Is that what you're talking?
Yep.
Yeah. Just beautifully constructed points by both teams. So impressive.
Oh, just a loose there. She goes for a cutter on the rise. And they actually had what they wanted for there. There's the change right from the get-go. And look at those hands out there.
I mean, but yeah, I think Zubori was just a little bit too far off the net to go for that ball. Her heels were still on the service line on that shot. Great takes. Really nice volleys by both.
Oh, A little bit of good fortune there. She did a quick little off-pace bunt,
Yeah.
and I think she easily would have had it, except they just clipped the net. Yeah, still tricky little shot there.
Brad, that's the
A lot
only
of
way.
variety. That's a great touch.
That's the only way we're going to get short points in this match is when they take the
And
net.
yeah,
or
when
it's
you
a
get a
nick
let
that
cord
flies
right
out.
like that, yeah. That was a big one, bringing it to deuce. And as you
was.
said, 4-3 or 5-2, big difference. And this is it's almost just stopping the bleeding too, because there's 3 games in a row for Hanish Zubori, and they've just played well. Like this play, she stays back, gets a dipper, and able to take the net the other way instead of trying to take the first volley. Wow.
Gosh, I'd like to see Paige move.
Yeah,
move
they're a
bit
little
more
out of position,
towards-
but the hands
yeah.
are so good.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, just long.
Advantage, Miss Zubori.
All right. Big game here. This point, here we go. Lopez is serving. Zubori is returning. It's a great eye.
So good. You hear that scream from
Yep.
Hanish, and it was 5-2 now, 4 games in a row for Hanish Zubori, who are on a roll.
Look at this break points converted. Thank you, court director, for these stats. 100% Hanish Zubori, 50% Lopez Page.
Yeah, 3 of 3, pretty impressive. And it's a question of a couple of points.
Yes.
Lopez and Pejic are playing a good match. It's a little too quick in some spots, and you can see Hanish Zubori they're just in it, and they're making less overhead errors. Out of that one, though, she did take that one cutter and hit it long, but they're just playing solid. They're going to, if the ball's a little deeper, we're going to push it longer through the court. If it's a little shorter, we're going to use some waterfalls, and then we'll attack. Just making less mistakes, and they're reading the drives from Lopez and Pejic very well.
So solid.
All right, we got a little bathroom break or something.
I think so.
Zubori doesn't want to get cold. She gets quick
smart.
jacket on for a second.
That's smart. But Brad, this is
Sure.
a perfect opportunity to acknowledge all the volunteers and all the people who helped put on this amazing Grand Prix here at the Glenview Golf Club. Jason Love, who's been running this for years, thank you. He does a phenomenal job. I was talking to him earlier about what's going on in this Chicago Charities. We have a total of 465 players. There are 10 different divisions playing this weekend. 82 courts were being used this morning, and there's 21 sites. So this cannot happen without so many clubs in the area volunteering their facilities for the use of this tournament, and all the volunteers that help run the sites. And Director Andrew Buckles here at Glenview, thank you so much for all you do. So it takes a village, Brad, but it's a phenomenal tournament that it really brings the whole Chicago paddle community together to celebrate this awesome paddle, make a difference in the lives of others by donating to the local charities. And they put on quite a party. Everybody stays very hydrated here. It's very important.
And by hydrated, you don't mean water. But that's just a great little cutter there. Perfect pace, gets into the side wires. She's hitting around the ball, so it bites into that side screen, and watch it just fall down. Right there. Yep, great shot.
Yeah, that's that spin that you don't get enough reps seeing that, because not many women can hit as much as much rotation on the ball as Zubori does. She gets that shorter overhead look out.
Yeah, Lopez and Pejic can hit a cutter as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they've really had that many opportunities and too many good lobs. That's a good look there. She's been waterfalling them consistently, Zubori. So not Zubori, Hanish. So when they get a ball, I think a good move might be to actually press forward a little and see if you can take one on the rise. All right, just a little long on that push overhead.
But again, Brad, why is Hanish getting waterfall looks? Is because she's receiving very short lobs.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things when my players come to me and, hey, Denise, help me work on you know, the waterfall, recovery. I'm like, let's actually work on your lobs first.
Work on lobs, right.
And then we can work on the waterfall retrieval. But it's tough to put up, you know, quality lobs when the ball has so much rotation and different types of spin as well. Such a great take. She just always, Zubori gets her body behind that ball beautifully. Great digs by Paige. Love that backhand follow through. You could see that hand finishes well above her shoulders almost every time.
There's the move I'm talking about. She moves up the wire. And
wow.
Great run, great speed from all players, incredible athleticism.
Here's that Hanish forehand. She's pulling the trigger on that way more this year than I saw her last season. It's neat it's cool to see like developments in a player's game or new weapons.
It's just a confidence, you know, thing for Hanish, and a lot of it's mental. She can hit it.
Oh yeah.
And in practice, she makes it left and right. And then there are times where she'll miss one or two. Now let's see. She's been making it. She missed that one. Let's see if that affects things down the road. You know, will that make a difference down the road? Will it stay with her? She's been hitting it great so far. If she maintains confident with it, that's one miss, but 10 good ones.
She was 2 feet in the green on that, moving to her weak side. So I think that is, she needs to identify like what helps her. Her best drives are when she has her body weight moving. She gets behind the ball and is able to use her power source. And it also takes time away from the volley or navigating that volley. So good. Great dig by Lopez over there. Notice how Hanish comes out. Most teams would just switch, but they always want Zubori. Hanish on the right, Zubori on the left. From our vantage point, whoa, whoa, whoa.
She ran right into the net. They had a confusion there. Yep. It looked like Hanish was going to take it, and Zubori went, and I think he tripped on top of her foot.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm just
she trips right over her there.
She didn't twist
and
her
then
ankle
she ends
there.
up in the net. She's expecting to take it, and then, but Hanish is moving into her. So another break point here for Lopez and Page.
Yep. And for those viewers watching, when anytime you touch the net before the point is dead, meaning it's bounced twice, you lose the point. So they could have continued playing if she would have fallen and not hit the net, but because she went in the net, the point was automatically dead.
Yeah, that ball was good. It was not out. It's just that she fell in. Oh, and there's a quick miss there. She's got the drop volley, just doesn't execute, and a break back for Lopez and Page. So that's huge for them. You know, it just stops the bleeding too, regardless of whether they, you know, win this set or not. The key is to get to the end of the set and playing it the way you want to and slow down the mojo, basically, of Hanish and Zubori. And they can still easily make a comeback as well.
Right. All right, Taya Page serving. Florentina Hanish returning.
Oh, great volley. That's a huge drive.
Smart. Okay.
Forcing a waterfall there where none is in. And I think, you know, Denise, frequently when you transition in from the back, it's often better to take the first shot you get and just push it deep down the middle. Yes. So many balls get missed in transition when you try to do moves before you get set at the net.
So true. I would say the same thing, Brad, when you're moving from the front court to the back court, to just put up a lob. I always say 2 lob minimum just to get set and chill out. So trying to do too much when you're in transition, a lot of times you're all jacked. You're like flying in or you're going back. Just to reset, hit the reset button for one shot. Just to neutralize the situation.
Yeah, that said, transition is one of the parts of the game that has become much more prevalent on all sides, in the men's game and on the women's game as well. People, you know, moving back, playing the ball off the screen. Yeah, you know, and it's an important part, and it's one of the separators too. In many ways, so these two teams out here Are there any better teams in transition than these two teams?
I would say no.
Yeah, so there aren't. So it's a separator for them. So when these guys take a drive off the screen or do something else, it's a way they actually win one or two separate points. They don't just lob it. They actually do a little more some of the time. It all goes back to kind of what we were talking about. Play at the pace of the thing that works best for you. You know. Ooh.
Such good lobs. Again, consistent.
Oh, what a big dipper.
Wow. I mean, Zubori's shoulders are always forward when she's at the net. She's leaning in, ready to absorb the power. She's got her body balanced and behind the ball. It's just textbook.
Yeah, this is a great point.
Love that little probing drive by Paige. She could have lit that up, but again, you want to keep them guessing. You don't always want to hit this drives at the same pace all the time.
See, that's the one there that I think that Lopez can start reading, like, and be able to step up on that and take it early and drive it at her. Because she's hitting those not from right on top. They're still a little short, but if she steps up, she could take it early. All right, 30 all.
She could do like a little block chip back at their feet just to keep them honest, just because otherwise they're hitting that ball. And Hanish and Zubori are fading off the net, expecting the lob, because that's what she's always done. Again, the early calls. It's just so important for partnership to be on the same page and call it early, so you have plenty of time to get ready for your shot. Brad, to your point, calling the blitz early.
Left cord, great fortune for them this time. So we saw one before, where Zubori gets the let cord for the winner here.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot there from Lopez.
But again, Paige called that so early for her partner. I think Lopez put a little extra something on that, made it a more difficult shot. I know it included the net cord. I don't think she intentionally did that, but calling that blitz early gives your partner time to hit it harder, to make that blitzer, feel it. Love that. Again, Lopez called it earlier this time for Paige hitting the overhead.
That's
wow.
trouble. That's trouble. What a get.
Oh my gosh, it's just so fun.
Yeah, a couple of amazing gets there. Probably not the best move on the one before. It wasn't a good enough ball for it. But they're such good athletes, they're able to right the ship.
Yeah, I mean, Zubori just like, boom, lets that ball go through her legs, gets it back. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yep.
Wow, great volleys.
Hanish knew it right away and immediately faded back, knowing that there was going to be something coming, but Zubori covered it.
And here's what we were talking about before, how Zubori's just up there alone. Now you see Hanish come to join her. And while she's up there alone, she has the freedom to cut off any ball she wants because she knows that it doesn't matter if she's a little out of position because Hanish is behind her.
Come on. Let's go.
Great playing. Extraordinary points from all four players.
Yeah, this is a great match. Exactly what we'd expect to see, actually, from, the top two seeds here.
It was a close ball, but that ball was definitely out.
Yeah, umpire confirmed it for sure. Again, Rob Laboon up there, seasoned umpire. And I love this from Hanish Zubori. They're great friends. And, they were at the top of the game. They went 2 years in a row nationals. Then kind of Elliott and Bursch were just so rock solid, And now you got Lopez and Paige. And, Yet, and through it all, Hanish and Zubori have been right there. They're in the top three. You know, it kind of started the same way when Elliott and Bursch, when the first time, they lost the first couple of times against Hanish and Zubori that season before they won their first national together. And, you know, same script here from Lopez and Page, but you still see Hanish and Zubori, they're just right there. They're still adding little bits and pieces to their game. They've added this new strategy of allowing the Zubori to go to the net.
Absolutely. Speaking of Elliott Burst, I want a little shout out to Lynn and Macy. If you guys are watching this, we miss you. Feels weird to have a Chicago Charities without you here. Again, notice at the feet just beyond the service line. It's just so good. Just makes hitting any offensive overhead low percentage
Ooh.
the further back you get them.
Yeah, she popped at that volley with a forehand. She could have just taken a regular one, but she thought she could hit an offensive shot, and she basically just overcooked it. Yeah, this is another big game. It is what you were talking about before, the big difference between, you know, getting to 5-4 again, the pressure's all on that service team again, you know, and then versus finishing out here for Hanish and Zubori. So set point here.
Yep. I love how Zubori Hanish had a little time right there.
Big serve and a missed return in the net. She was just chipping it back.
Yeah, but she got so jammed.
A huge serve from Page.
That was a jam sandwich over there. Zubori just got pushed against that side screen, had no room. That's when you just need to just push that ball up.
See that one there? I think if she gets her moving back at all,
Yes.
step forward and look for the spike on that one.
I agree. The spike with Hanish right on top of the net is going to be hard to time, but when she's fading back, Brad, I totally agree.
Correct.
And hitting that
It's in that
trajectory,
moment,
it's different.
yep.
It's different. All right, set point.
Heavy and hard, pulls out the hard roller.
Yeah, and Hanish did a phenomenal job keeping her paddle very steady and just redirected the pace. Just so good. Not trying to do anything
This is where I
else
want to
with
see
that.
Hanish. Sorry, go ahead, Denise.
No, go for it, Brad.
You know, these are the moments here. I want to see her hit that forehand the way she's been hitting it, and on the match point. Like, don't go into the shell. Just keep playing it the way she's been doing it.
Yep.
And she did right there, and that's what I want to see. That tells me she's feeling good about it.
Zubori, if you watch her, you know, we always say the person not hitting the ball has just as many steps as the person hitting. Zubori's always moving a few steps in, few steps back based on the depth and pace of that shot that her partner, Hanish, is hitting. She's actively trolling all the time. She sniffs out any weakness, she's going to come in behind that.
That's a great lob. Here's the blitz.
There you go. Oh, wow.
Not enough on the drive. It was too soft.
But that
Well,
was
she was
a
expecting again the
phenomenal
offense, Denise.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that was a phenomenal shot by Paige.
It was.
I don't know if she'd be able to read. Maybe she can. But to be able to hit that touch and hit that ball like basically inside out. Wow. All right, we're back at deuce here. Hanish and Zubori in the forecourt wearing the. I don't even know what was that. I don't even know what color. Green.
What color it is?
Sea foam? I don't know. I'm terrible at that, but they're in the cream tops.
Foam?
Sea foam. I don't know. I literally think that's a color.
Sea foam. I love that. That's a good one.
Thanks.
Sea foam.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go with that. They're wearing the sea foam.
Right? Okay. I got confirmation from Cal, the CSM media guy next to me. He nodded in approval. Yes, sea foam. And then we have Pejic and Lopez in the far court with the navy. leggings.
It's been a phenomenal match by all players. Oh,
She was going
goes
for that
down
down
overhead
up.
from further off the net.
Yep. That's, yeah. Did you hear Zubori saying simple? Simple. So yeah, that going for too much or too little. She was too far off the net to go for that down up. That obstacle of the net feels like it gets taller the further back you move. You've got to give that.
Oh,
Wow.
look at these moments. She hits two huge serves, match point down, and this one at game point up catches the lead cord and goes wide.
I like Lopez in the middle here, going a little I formation. It's again that right hip. Lopez did a great job navigating it, but it doesn't not look like an easy volley to make. They're really targeting the right hip on Lopez with the drives.
Wow, what a lob.
By Hanish.
It's going to get hit. Yep.
Zubori just drops. Just gets so low. Again, it's always behind the ball when she's volleying.
Trouble. That's going to be a winner there. Good job by Pejic closing in quickly. Anticipates that drive. And that
Zubori's
time the
just gotta,
transition play.
Yeah, she's got to get back on that. She's actively hunting, and I get that. That's part of her. But against this particular team, the risk reward I do not believe is there. I think she just needs to give up the net.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Again, I love mixing up these probing off-pace drives, Brad. Just pulls them in, and then they bring them back with the lob.
Could be trouble.
Nice cut
Yes,
off
and there
by
it is. Great job closing it off. And Lopez and Pejic, you know, great game. They're down there, a couple of match points, set points in that game. And if there's a turning point in the match and Lopez and Pejic take this set, I mean, it's right there. You know, they just withstood it. And a couple of quick moments, the dipper, she hits a perfect ball behind her on one play, hits a great serve on the other match point, set point. So, terrific game.
Absolutely. I mean, that last shot, Paige just read that beautifully and just jumped. And I love how their most successful volleys, Brad, are when they're both moving. They just move forward and attack. Like she moved right to that center strap and ended up. She probably started 2.5 feet from the net and ended inches from the net. So it's like A, she has more. She's able to hit more angle. B, she's able to take time away from Zubori back there, and she wasn't able to recover. So here we go.
It was all situational too, meaning in all of those cases we had Zubori in transition and they were driving while Zubori's going back. So they're going to have to revisit that, right? They don't want to get caught like that.
Yep.
There's the move.
Wow.
Oh, great play. It was a good play from Pejic. She's done it a few times now.
But what's interesting is it was Zubori on the right on that time, well, from our vantage point on the left instead of Hanish. All right. It's again that trajectory change by Hanish. She was in the front half of the service box there, so it's high percentage choice.
That's a good cutter there.
Great ball. She just opens up the court so much by pulling her opponents, peeling them out of the middle. Wow.
Come back that time from Hanish, which was smart. Just
Wow.
letting her know. Oh! But there's a classic
That's
mistake,
it.
Denise, is if your opponent's in the court a little bit, don't bounce the ball in front of them.
Yep.
Push the ball through their feet and behind them. She just bounced it up. She went after, Zubori, and they've beaten her a few times before, but they beat her behind her before. That time it bounces up, and Zubori just spikes it for a winner.
But honestly, that's that same move, Brad, that you were hoping that Paige would start doing when Hanish is going down up from further back. I mean, she just stepped up and just block chip that. It was a beautiful move. Great anticipation. I mean, Lopez just makes that look effortless.
Oh, that was lucky for Hanish and Zubori. That ball was hanging. And here she's going right at her. Just places it in the net. All right. So we got 3 set points now for Hanish Zubori. Is there another escape act out there for Lopez and Page?
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not ruling anything out at this point, Brad.
You're not gonna, yeah, and there it is. That looked like she just went for it. And that was the first set, 6-4. Hanish Zubori, amazing stuff.
So good. All right. We will be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by CSM Media, Streambox Lobs, and match statistics provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Hi guys, my name is B. Lopez. I'm original from Barcelona, Spain, but I actually grew up in Murcia, in a city in the southeast of Spain. I started playing paddle in the fall of 2022 when I started teaching at Orange Lawn. My favorite paddle memories so far has been with my partner, Pejic, where we beat Lena Macy. We really enjoyed it a lot. I would say my strength on the paddle court is my forehand drive, especially when I set up myself to drive those forehands, also driving off the screen. I enjoy about paddle being out here, meeting new people. The community is an amazing community, so much fun. You kind of disconnect from work for the weekend, have some fun after the tournament. Sometimes you can go party a little bit. My partners and I goals are just like keep having fun, enjoy every moment in the court. If you don't enjoy, I don't think you're gonna be successful. My favorite tournament is Short Hills because we played it in New Jersey and it's so fun. All of the members at my club come out and watch, and the atmosphere is amazing. It's a great party. A fun fact is that I'm very good friends with Carlos Alcaraz. I met him when I was 7 years old. I used to practice with his older brother, Alvaro, and we became very good friends. Carlos, if you're watching this, you have to start playing some platform tennis and go for the mixed nationals. I'm B. Lopez, and this is the APTA Tour. Vamos!
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Denise Murphy here with Brad Easterbrook at the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois, with this women's final match between our number 1 seed, B. Lopez and Taya Page, versus our number 2 seed, Florentina Hanish and Ana Maria Zubori. It was a phenomenal first set. It ended up Zubori and Hanish, our 2 seeds, won it 6-4. Brad, tell me your thoughts on that first set.
Well, like a lot of matches, it had some, ebb and flow to it. They were down 2-1, Hanish Zubori. They cleaned up theirs. They played rock solid and ran off 4 games in a row and get up 5-2. They have a couple of set points, but, you know, Pejic and Lopez are a great team. So they come through with some big moments. She hits a great slippery volley behind her on one shot, great serve to, you know, so they save a couple of those. And they get it to 5-4, and then that last game, they just got a little too loose. You know, they were making their comeback 2 in a row, and that game went at love, and it was, you know, it wasn't for winners, and it seemed like the last ball had some frustration, like she was just going for a winner down the line, you know, Pejic. So they just got to stay the course and then slow it down, just speed it up at the right times. You know, to me, it was just a few too many errors, and that last game went way too fast for a big game.
Yep, totally agree. I think one of the factors here that is perhaps under the radar is one of the changes I mentioned earlier in the first set of Florentina Hanish just bringing more of a topspin dipper, more of a pressure drive, which is either outright winning the point or giving Zubori, her partner, more looks, offensive looks. So I think that is a really nice dimension that's been added this season, and I think it's paying off.
See, that's a mistake to me because she's fading away. There is space with Hanish back, but what's it matter? She's back. If she makes that drive anyway, goes off the side screen, maybe they can transition in.
Absolutely. So serving right now is Taya Pejic. Her partner, B. Lopez, is at the net. Returning in the far court with the Seafoam leggings is Ana Maria Zubori.
It's been decided.
Yes.
It's been decided. Seafoam is the color.
Yes, and then her partner right
I'm
there.
going to check my crayon box, actually, after this. But.
You need the good version. It has like 200 crayons because it's not going to come in the 12-pack or the 72-pack. It's got to be the big one. Anyway, her partner, Zubori, is hitting her drives right there, and Florentina Hanish is to Zubori's left. So these first couple games, in my mind, Brad, are really important for Lopez and Pejic because Zubori and Hanish, when they start feeling it, they can start running away with, it's like a coach train just going. So Pejic and Lopez need to play their game at their speed, and again, not like stepping like that right hip, that return. I would think Hanish has gone there 98% of the time.
You're absolutely right. They're hitting the hard serve off the screen. She's letting it go in, and then she's driving it cross court low. And she's been basically lights out with it. I think she's missed 1, right? You know, so maybe slow the serve down or kick it up the middle with a little less pace, but you might want to change the dynamic or cover it, you know, do an I formation. They're going 2 back now, which is something at least, you know. And it's basically the same return again, but at least they're not getting beat on the volley itself. So huge game there. And I think, again, that was a little too, you know, they're falling into the trap, like we said. Take that one out of play, right? Don't give her that return for a winner. So I like the fact that they stayed back. But once you stay back, all right, let's dial into better lobs, right, and slow that point down. It still ended in like 3 balls, right? So, you know, that's a great start there. And for Hanish and Zubori, I think they just got to stay the course. When, you know, Lopez and Pejic were able to make their, you know, comeback, they caught him in transition a few times. But you're absolutely right. The Hanish forehand making a huge difference. Is way on the plus side.
Yes.
You know, so it's been tremendous.
Ana Maria Zubori serving. B. Lopez just returned. Yeah, talking about Hanish's drive too, Brad. I mean, she's targeting that right hip of Lopez when she's up there. It's not just, it's a big drive anyway. It's specifically, it's like laser focused. And it's like a, you know, blood and water with sharks are going to start swarming. And these two are the sharks that going after it right now. Zubori and Hanish.
Well, Pejic and Lopez are too good with too many tools that they can't get run out of a building.
No.
If they get run out of the building, it's because they ran themselves out of the building, right? You know what I mean? They didn't adjust or make a switch. You know, it's going to be more of a mental thing for them to find the right pace here. And then Hanish Zubori, the only thing that can happen to them, they start going for too many cutters now or doing things that they didn't do. I think that was out. Yeah, it's called out and confirmed. Yep. So 15:30.
Yeah, I mean, Brad, I totally agree with you. Pejic and Lopez have all the skills and the talent, the speed, the discipline. It's just a matter of if they're going to adjust to some of these areas that Zubori and Hanish are hurting the most. There needs to be an adjustment made. I would definitely go a different formation and just expect that ball to go in the same spot. And you just need to be ready for it. Great deep roller. And they're flowing into that I formation again where Zubori is up. Hanish is back. She was right there.
Yeah, but she's hitting a chip down the line and coming in, and it's almost like she forgot Zubori's been cutting off all those balls. You know, great shot there, perfectly played, and that's where you're fooling yourself to thinking that's an open space, so you just chip it over there, but she's right there, and she just cuts it right off.
She's too fast. Yeah, a chip's not going to get by Zubori. I mean, she can. Her reaction time is like -2, so she's going to jump on that. That's got to be a firmly hit ball with, I would say medium to firm with rotation, so it dips, so it's a harder volley for her to take, and we'll let that go to her partner trolling at the baseline. So 2-0. These are two quick games.
Yeah, and that's, I think, a problem. They're quick games. And, you know, there's 2 lob errors in this. A missed drive and a missed lob there from Lopez. Really, at this point, just lock it in and tighten it up, right? And because Hanish and Zubori, they're kind of playing at a really high level. You know, they're locked in. They're playing great. What you don't want to do is lose point fast. What you want to do is give them more opportunities to miss a few or to get off the rails a little bit. And they just keep hammering away at it right now. And, you know, that's a lot of points in a row. Hanish Zubori just a freight train running right now.
Let's see if Hanish goes right for. Oh, good.
I like it. The slow return and come back.
Good. Stay back again.
Nice.
Just giving him a different look.
Oh, that's such a beauty.
I love that little switch at the net by Lopez and Pejic. Lopez on the right. Okay, I like this. Just slowing it down, hitting down the middle.
Oh, just another huge forehand, but it's set up by the down-up overhead in there. The other part about it is, though, when people were challenging the, Hanish forehand, they weren't doing it just by slamming it in there. They were actually doing it more with like, all right, we're going to hit it slowly, like kind of off your left hip a little, make you move around it a little, and then try to go for it. And we're going to do it 10, 20 times, and then you're going to feel like you have to make it, right? They're actually kind of just going hard in there, right? And she's just crushing it today, just unbelievably well. That's another big shot and another quick game. 3-love, Hanish Zubori.
Wow. We're here live at the Chicago Charities here at Glenview Golf Club in Gulf, Illinois for our first Grand Prix of the season. It's so exciting. Things are just starting to ramp up here, Brad. We've got the barbecue is going to be starting soon. We've got beverages flowing. Even though there's no sun, there's still a lot of excitement in the air and a lot of great paddle to be had the rest of the day.
Absolutely, and you can see on the court right next door, as soon as this match is over, we're going to start bringing you men's round action. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring you round to 16, but we'll definitely have the quarterfinals for a little bit later where that barbecue kicks in. And the action doesn't stop here. Cleveland Masters next weekend, and after that, another Grand Prix at Aronimink in Philly.
And there's a total of 5 Grand Prix for the season. After that, the other Grand Prix are the Boston Open, which is January 23rd to 25th, and we have Short Hills Invitational Grand Prix beginning of February. That's the 7th and 8th. And Midwesterns this year is a Grand Prix. They pushed that date back. It's February 21st and 22nd in Cincinnati, Ohio. So, but in between all of those Grand Prix are a ton of amazing tour tournaments. All right, so Brad, if you are Paige and Lopez, what are you thinking right now? You're down 6-4, 0-3 in the finals of the first Grand Prix of the season.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing right now, all right, called out, confirmed, right? So 30-15 for Lopez and Page. You know, honestly, you could see Lopez go for that little cutter in the first point. She seems frustrated. To her, if I would dial in if I'm her and do a couple of shots where be steady, you know, look for the right ball, hit the drive when you get it, but only hit it if you're moving forward. Just keep making the right. They just got to lock it down more. They got to just get a little tighter and get rid of these fast games. I don't actually care if they lose the next 4 points, but I don't want them to lose the next 4 points in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? You know, let's work these points a little bit and take the right shot. And I guarantee you that if they start doing it, they won't lose them in 45 seconds. Yeah, I mean, they won't lose the next 4 points. They'll have their opportunities. But right now, Hanish and Zubori are locked in, and I wouldn't fight against it. You know, I'd just be like, all right, they're locked in. I'm going to work here. I'm going to make these guys work and, you know, punish them when I can. And everybody has ebbs and flows. They just need to ride this out. The key is they can't hit themselves out of it while it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
great
that
spot.
I mean, that right hip, she's making that, but it's
the forehand volley flip. You know, it's a lot of the flip and the commitment to it. And then that's what they're going to have to hope for, honestly, is here we had a missed drive from Hanish earlier, and then we had a missed drive there from Zubori. What they have to hope for is to hang in there and wait for the Zubori and Hanish for the level to start to drop and then make their move. But the only way that's going to happen is they just cut down on the errors and play smart.
Mm-hmm. I love Lopez right there, giving herself a couple, you know, encouraging thigh slaps, like, come on, let's go. Like, you know, and going right to her partner, Taya Page, and you can just tell the energy's trying to get psyched, trying to get pumped up. It's like, here we go, we got this. Talking over exactly what they need to do here in this service game. Taya Page will be taking them out, and Florentina Hanish will be returning.
Yeah, and we've seen it time and time again, the hard serve in there, and she's let it come off the screen and driven it hard and wide towards the right hip. All right, that was just a practice serve with a new ball.
I think she's taking another one.
Taking a couple.
I'm just wondering, I just wish, I'm surprised they're not going Aussie or I formation.
Yeah, I don't know why, because she's hit the cross court every single time.
Hanish is just crushing that
I
return.
would definitely do some of that.
I mean, that was a phenomenal serve by Paige.
Oh, got caught in transition. Great volley behind.
That's one way to take out Hanish's forehand, is to hit that phenomenal serve that brings her all the way to the single sideline on the ad side. I mean, that she got there on the serve. That's, I mean, for the viewers, that's like an exceptional serve. I like how Zubori, instead of trying to do too much, she had missed, you know, one or two earlier. She just gently blocks that over and just gets the ball in play. Very smart adjustment by Zubori when she's getting jam sandwiched in that side screen by Paige's serve.
Great look there from Zubori. She sees her off the net. Catches on that forehand side again.
I go.
Oh.
Well, that's a rare, that's...
Well, that to me is like the whole thing. Like, those things just have to disappear right now. You're at a place where you're finally getting a couple of errors, you know, from Hanish Zubori. Don't give one back.
Right. Such a great look. I mean, loading with the legs, lifting. That lob, Hanish, it's just textbook. And you wonder, look at where the feet are. Always behind the service line. That is I mean, it just opens up so many avenues for both Hanish and Zubori when you get them consistently hitting lobs from beyond the service line.
Now we got Zubori up there. Oh, surprised she didn't cut that one off. She got a little fooled, but wisely doesn't reach too much, not balanced, so don't take it. What I like about this is they're not forcing the situation. Twice now she let the ball drop because she didn't think she could hit a great shot and get back in. So keep it steady. Play from situations, play your offense from situations of advantage. And if you don't have it, dial it back. And this is exactly what they need there. It's just, would you even call it a good lob, Denise? It's not really. It's just a missed overhead. Stay in it.
Yep.
And capitalize now. Just tighten up your game.
But it did keep her heels were on the service line. So Zubori is, the ball just will, the point will end if it's middle of the service box or shorter. So I think perhaps it would miss, or perhaps trying to put a little bit too much spin, or the target was a little bit off, whatever the reason. That's a good neutral lob. Not great, but it's certainly not bad.
Right.
And that's
no, my point is they're not going to get back into this by winning every point. They're going to have to play long enough, make the right decisions, and basically allow for Zubori and Hanish to actually their level to come slightly down a little bit, right? You know what I mean? Because they played so well. You know, they're going to need one or two of these errors, so they can't make their own at this point. They're not playing with any house money left, right? You know, there's no room for error here.
Wow, great pickup. That ball hit the net, and Lopez was still able to get it.
Wow.
Jeez.
Amazing hands. Crazy from Lopez.
I mean, Brad, it's kind of weird, but I feel a little momentum shift here. I think there's Lopez and Page feel like they have a little more energy right now. I think it started at the end of last game, and you could just feel it. Like they are by no means folding here. If anything, I think there's a newfound belief that, come on, we can do this.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
You know, they were down 3-love. It was running fast. They got a couple of mistakes, and now they're getting pumped up. They're right back. They get this to 3-2. This is right there.
But again, I feel like they're playing within themselves. They're making better decisions. They're going middle, trying to keep that ball deep. Not trying to do, and I feel like some of the errors in that first set, or that we've seen, that they were perhaps trying to go for too much on some of these volleys, instead of just sending it right back and make him hit another drive or another lob.
All right, great. Little life in there from Lopez and Page. And you notice, too, as things go along, they started changing their strategy some, too. They stopped just serving it hard to the Hanish forehand and let her hit winning shots. And as this come back and they win the next two games, there you saw the last point, Hanish actually missed the forehand. But you've seen in the last couple of games, the Hanish forehand was winning less points, right? You didn't see it making as big a difference because they started to take it out of play. Yep. And that's a huge, huge part of it, is just making these small adjustments. And now it's going to be back to Hanish and Zubori to do the same, or just to recognize it.
Absolutely. For the viewers who are watching this match, if you want to tune in and check out any other matches going on, get on courtdirector.com. They have live scoring for all the matches going on here at the Glenview Club. It's pretty awesome. I was following it yesterday and earlier today as I was commentating the semis. I'm also checking out the live score. It's point by point. It's not just filling in the games or after the fact. It's live scoring. So check it out, courtdirector.com.
Oh, what a great volley there.
Wow.
What a move, right up the wire. She reads it, takes it early.
And I love, again, a safe target. Like, they're hitting big balls to safe targets, and that's exactly before I felt like they were trying to do a little bit too much, and now they're dialing it in, hitting similar shots. but just adjusting their target so it's higher percentage. Really, really good by Lopez and Page. I think Hanish's paddle was set a little high for that. You know, in these warm temperatures, I think it would be beneficial to just hit that and fade back. Knowing you're going to just put up a meatball and then just
look at that.
That's kind of fun.
That's a lot of fun. Great shot. Little cut finisher there from Hanish. It's a perfect ball for it. Love it. Did she actually apologize after hitting it? She didn't celebrate. I think she was like, I'm sorry I did that. She's so sweet.
I don't know. I wouldn't apologize. I'd be like, darn right.
Absolutely not. That's a fist bump at best. You know, maybe a stare down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Drop the mic, stare down.
You're right, exactly.
With a little smirk. Just
well,
a
at
little
this
one.
point, actually, they got their hands full here because you're absolutely right. The momentum has shifted a little. Oh, she tried to hit her.
See, but that's
She's got to go down with the feet.
Yes, but that's that safer target. It doesn't have to be that good. I think
Right.
if they just dial it back and don't think great, just think good. Good is solid as can be from Lopez and Page. They don't have to hit these crazy angles or try to go for too much. Just unnecessary.
That's
Great
a big
drive.
point here because you're right. The momentum definitely has you. That's good. Good look. Cut off there. Smart lob on that next one.
Just the athleticism. Brad Lopez keeping her balance, just easily just spinning and getting that ball. Most people would be seeing stars and be out of it for the next shot. She just somehow keeps her balance no matter what contortion her body's in, trying to navigate some of these screens. Really impressive. I love the early help call. Didn't need her, but
Yeah, people don't realize, your club here, how often that call gets made, and there's a loose error, and they'll take it. So break point here for Lopez and Page to get 3 games in a row and even this matchup. This is a big game.
big game. And I love just the quality of those lobs and moving Zubori around. It's not easy what Zubori is doing, mind you. She's making it look very easy. But they're hitting these high percentage targets on their lobs. Just slightly moving her. Essentially, it's moving her from the second post, from the deuce side, from the second post to the ad side, just moving her a little bit left to right and infusing some drives in between. Just keeping her really off balance. It requires a lot of energy and effort from Zubori to keep that up on a consistent basis. Notice, Brad, love this low contact. Deep down the middle, the lower you make contact with the ball, the lower the ball will bounce.
Big forehand there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great volleys.
So good. In that lower deep middle, when in doubt.
This is a great point. All the players are kind of just recognize this is a big moment in the match.
Just dialed in.
Yep. Well, no loose balls, no loose errors. Take the right shot. It's a big moment. Page and Lopez were down 3-love, and it was moving fast, right? And now they've got the momentum back and a chance to even this thing at 3-all.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she waits a long time, but she easily still gets back in plenty of time.
It's unbelievable.
Oh,
Wow.
No! She blocked it. There's no one at the net. She tried to just block it. She could have let it go to the screen. Wow, what a point.
Yeah, she waited too long that was a last-minute decision. She hit that more neutral instead of in front of her, and that ball's going to fly all day. Darn.
And then she
that
just
was
reached
just a
up for
great
it,
point.
right?
All 4 players. Phenomenal.
Oh.
I heard a call out.
No.
I thought it was from the other court.
I think it was from the men's
other
court next
but
door.
at first
Yeah.
I thought it was. All right.
All right, so this is a big, big game, as we said, because Hanish Zubori, they got off such a fast start, and it's so easy to lose your way, when the other team comes back. And this is to get to 4-2 again. We just kind of put him back in that driver's seat.
I mean, Hanish's waterfall's just so tough. Paige is doing a phenomenal
That's going
job.
wide. No, right on the line. Great shot.
Oh boy, miscommunication.
Oh, great drive. Can she dig it out? What
Jeez,
a dig.
Louise. Chicago Charities.
We got a
Finals of the
I got a
Grand
text
Prix.
from Marco Granchero, so a shout out to him. Former excellent player. Oh my goodness. Pushes it deep, but too long. Huge game there for Hanish Zubori, up 4-2. And you see this get here.
Incredible.
Zubori's playing a ton of padel as well. And, he's saying her game is showing in her game actually out here. So it's a great get. That was a fantastic point. A couple points there to finish that game.
Yeah, speaking of padel, Zubori played on the professional padel team in the Pan American Games, playing in London. So she's really expanding her racket's ability to spread it out. She's loving padel, but I think her true love is paddle still.
Well, either way, she's extremely talented, and you can see her talent. It's, across the board. She's so loose and fluid. And we talk about the strategy they're using about putting her at the net and cutting off volleys. The honest truth is, how many, women in the women's game do you think could even do that? Actually, or, have that skill set to be able to even execute that strategy with, right?
It's true.
And, I'm not sure there are many at all, if any.
It's a smart ball. Zubori let go to her partner back there.
She has a quickness and a range, and her hands are so good. Wow.
Gosh, it's hard to describe, Brad, to the viewers how big some of these balls are because they're all making it look effortless, but the speed and velocity behind these drives and overheads is just incredible, and they're making it just look effortless. Not only the drive, but also making these volleys. Just so much talent out here.
Reached on that one, played it calmly, but then didn't really realize the spin was going to shoot it off to the side so much.
Yeah, one more step, and I think that ball would have been in if she would have kept her feet under her. But that paddle got a little away from her body.
Oh, not quite ready to cut that one off.
Yeah, it's a little out of her strike zone there. Her sweet spot's a little bit lower than that. And she knew it. You could see how she was holding her hands lower after she hit that.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's a little better serve. A little more spin. It didn't come out as far. Hanish did not read it. It got a little behind her. And it's a big deal right now because if you had to say on the match, Denise, whose forehand's been more devastating, right? Is it Hanish or Zubori? Now, Zubori's hit some good ones, but they've won more points actually with a Hanish forehand. And they're finding a few less right now. And it's going to be a big difference. This match is going to be a dogfight on the way home. If she finds it again, I think they'll run home easily.
Right.
Hanish Zubori.
Yeah, it's not only, Brad, I totally agree, Hanish's forehand, but it's also when they do make the volley, it's typically a weaker reply, so it's actually giving Zubori more looks if she chooses to take it. But, sometimes she defers from that first drivable ball. But for the most part, that Hanish's forehand is a great add to their team dynamic and making them, a force to be reckoned with for sure. But the shift, the energy shift, I feel it. We feel it. Pejic and Lopez are psyched. They're making better decisions. They're not going for as much, and they're just lengthening out these points. And as a result, I feel Zubori and Hanish can kind of feel it, and extracting some unforced errors or perhaps forcing them to go for too much when they don't need to.
All right, couple of faults here. You can see Pejic just bouncing up and down. All right. Once again, I'm Brad Easterbrook with Denise Murphy in the women's finals here. We're going to be on all day. Men's quarters after this. This match has been nothing but fantastic. B. Lopez to return and Flor Hanish serving. Wow, 3 faults.
This is when I just want to share with all the league players watching, you know what? The pros are human too. It's almost like watching, like, they're just like us. Everybody can miss serves and stuff. So Hanish just happened to string a couple of them together, and it's a smart move for Zubori to just go back and not try to go for too much on that next serve. Great cover by Zubori.
That's a good transition back from Lopez and Pejic. They realized they lost the advantage at the net, so go back right away.
Again, they've slowed everything down, Brad. I just love this tempo. See, that's the pressure drive that I don't know if Hanish has missed one yet, where when she steps in to that ball, that's a completely different ball than her moving parallel with the baseline or fading back.
Great shot there.
So good. Again, that was a Hanish forehand that set up that volley, then Zubori, boom. It's just a great 1-2. It creates that, it's just another dimension to the Hanish-Zubori combination. It's just so good.
Oh, all right, 4-4.
Let's go. Getting our money's worth here, Brad.
This is a great moment here. It's a big moment for Hanish-Zubori. The momentum has shifted right back. They're starting to make a couple of errors.
I feel like I need to refill my popcorn. We're watching an amazing little display here. I love the smiles on Lopez's. They're just like, okay, here we go,
so right off the bat, they're going back to it. They're not letting, Hanish win with the forehand. It's worked, and it's been a big part of them making this comeback. So instead of allowing her to get a winner off the return of serve there, they get a transition ball, and they're able to take the net instead.
I just really love these when they just stick to the middle. It just seems to cause less problems until they extract that shorter lob. I just love these slow balls methodically to the middle. See, they're trying. That last one was outside. They just don't need to do that, in my opinion.
Another big Hanish forehand.
Yep.
And you made a great point before. It's more than whether they get a point out of the Hanish forehand. It's that it opens up the door for Zubori to move into the middle to start more attacking because they get a weaker volley and things of that nature. It allows her to possibly blitz. Oh, what a spotted ball there.
Wow.
Oh, gorgeous drop, and she holds and fakes a low, long push through the middle, and then she just dips her racket right underneath it. Look at this. And that set up the drive, and then it allows Zubori to come in and finish the job. This is fantastic.
Just so good.
Ooh. All right. Bad fortune there. Great response so far from Hanish-Zubori in this game, just playing incredible paddle right after getting broken.
That was a great serve by Paige. Pressure situation. She just gets after it. You have to trust that when you hit as much spin as she does, it demands paddle head speed, and you have to trust the motion. She did just that.
Oh,
Darn.
all right. So a little return of the favor there. 3 faults from Hanish the game before, and Pejic couple in that game. So here we are with a chance to serve it out as Anna Maria Zubori.
I love these court director stats right here. Break points converted, 67% Hanish Zubori, 50%. It's probably one of the biggest spreads there. It's kind of fun to follow. But yeah, so this could be the game that determines the match here. Zubori serving, Lopez returning.
Oh, big ball there from Pejic. She's played a rock-solid match, Pejic.
Yeah. Again, I love her target. She's literally going right through the middle. Not trying to go around. Great lob. Lopez, I love the follow through. Again, just watching the feet, Brad. It's 3 lobs in a row with both feet were behind the service line. Just excellent. Nice high, deep lobs.
Right at the crease. Good help call.
Again, Hanish changes the trajectory.
It's going to be a look. She's closing it off so easily. Oh!
That's another. That was
there confusion there?
Yeah.
All right, tough one.
That would have been a repeat if Zubori wouldn't have stopped, because she was going for that. So yeah, just a little bit of confusion. They're probably like, no worries, here we go, right back. Interesting. Hanish is on the left here. Typically, that's a different. Yep,
just wide. And there you talked about, picking a good target.
Yeah.
That time she tried to drive around him, go for the winner on the line, and just misses it wide.
Yeah, just don't think it's necessary.
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, do they have have I seen them? Yes, but
Of
under
course.
the stage is different when it is, the first Grand Prix and in the finals.
I think just in general, though, it's just not wise to be hitting that shot, period, right? Play it in a more manageable spot. All right, so right back to 30 all.
Big point here, Brad. You could feel it. You hear how silent the crowd
That's
just
a
got?
huge point. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm wondering, though, as much as it's easier for the righty to attack the deuce court, I just feel like, Pejic's has been more on with her drive. They're getting a few more errors out of the Lopez corner. As solidly as she's playing, they've been able to read her drive a little better, close it off. I like how she's playing. Oh, just long. All right, and that brings us to match point. Oh, and just comes up with the goods. Pejic. Huge return, gets a short reply and takes the backhand.
Pejic just doubles down on that. She was hitting that and blitzing. It's awesome. All right, here we go. Again, Zubori serving from match point. Taya Page returning. First Grand Prix of the season.
Stays back. I love that call.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she
Page is
was ready
actively
for
trolling.
that. Yeah, it's a good move. All right, now here's where what a shot, but they cut it off. Oh, and there it is. Game, set, and match for Hanish Zubori.
Hanish Zubori takes it over Lopez Page. 6-4, 6-4. The second seeds prevail in this first Grand Prix of the year at Chicago Charities. Brad, tell me your thoughts.
I mean, I thought it was just a great match, and we all know a 6-4, 6-4 match is, 4 or 5 points. I'm sure we can get court director up there again. And it was just that Hanish Zubori were just more locked in for the entire game, and they had a really good strategy. They didn't, they hit one cut winner. They didn't overplay the overheads. They took the right ones at the right time. And the Hanish forehand definitely made a huge difference. But kudos to Lopez and Page. They don't go away. It was 6-4, then it was 3-love. And I said they can't get run out of the building. They're too good if they don't run themselves out of the building. And they showed they are too good,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that Hanish and Zubori played a lockdown, very smart match. Were so incredibly consistent, stuck with their game plan. Just solid from backcourt, front court, you name it. And to your point, Lopez and Page made some adjustments here. I love the longer points, especially in that second set, figuring out some things. But at the end, Hanish and Zubori were just so solid. So I think that Lopez and Page are going away. No, these two teams will meet each other many times throughout the season. But what an extraordinary match to start off the season with our first Grand Prix here at the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois. So that is a wrap here from the Chicago Charities. They are doing an on-court interview here, so they're getting the nice little pics. So if you were, we mentioned, we might as well just talk a little bit more about the match until they get ready. I loved, we mentioned it several times throughout the match, Hanish's, the insertion of her, that top spin drive that she is, that pressure drive that she's stepping into, that is not only straight up winning points, but also setting up Zubori to bring more offense from her side. High percentage offense, I think, was a big difference in this match.
Oh, without a doubt, Denise. I mean, we've seen in matches before how teams would try to actually ice out Zubori. She wouldn't get a ball in 20, 30 balls, and they'd almost dare Hanish to beat them with the forehand, but she's overcome that, and today it was a big difference, and it allows Zubori to get in there. Plus, they did a great job utilizing that strategy of Zubori going to the net, then all of a sudden Hanish rejoined, then she drift back, so they're giving it constant looks. All right, it looks like tournament director Jason Love, who's, like I said, put in an amazing workout here, is going to give our final interview here. And then we're going to have men's action after that later on in the day. So
fantastic. Well, this was a pleasure to call this match with you. Right, Brad, we're turning over to Jason.
Thank you, everybody. We were here after finishing the women's final, a great match, and finishing another great weekend here with the Chicago Charities. I want to say thank you to all the players for coming out and playing. Thank you, all 4 of you, for talking to us for a couple minutes. We're going to start with you, ladies. I know it's tough to talk after, but you played a great match and a great tournament. And first off, what are your thoughts coming right out of the gate?
Yeah, I mean, all the credits to Anna and Flores, and they played amazing, no mistakes. Yeah, they gave us nothing. And yeah, we didn't play our best, but that's also because they didn't let us play our game. So yeah, great match, congratulations. And yeah, we actually had a good tournament overall. Yeah. Finals, we came short, and yeah, next time.
Yes, I want to say congrats to Anna and Flor. They played an unbelievable match. I know we haven't seen them since Nationals, so it's good to have them back. And for us, I think it's also, good to lose sometimes, because then you actually reflect on what you're doing wrong, and then you can improve. So that's okay. I'm sure we're going to learn from this, and we'll tune up some things for the next time.
Yeah, and a great start to the season. This is your 3rd tournament of the year and the first Grand Prix, and you made it to the finals for all 3. So that's a great start. What are you looking forward to next? What's your next tournament? Where are you going after this?
We are going to go to Philly next, right? That's a Grand Prix. Is that a Grand Prix? in Phil in a couple weeks. So we are excited. I mean, this helped us to get better and push ourselves to keep working and keep learning. It's our first loss of the year, so we keep improving, and thank you to Anna and Flor to keep pushing us to get better. I want to say something. I want to thank my company Equals 5 for the support. They are super flexible, and that's why they allowed me to come here to the tournaments even on Friday. So thank you guys.
Any thank yous?
Yes, thank you for my brother and my husband for watching me, and my whole family.
Yeah, always a lot more.
I just want to ask for what's the company? I want to call them, and make sure you work on Fridays.
I work remote, but I was working.
Well, thank you again, and great tournament, and it was great seeing you this weekend. Anna and Flor, you like it here in Chicago.
We love Chicago.
So thinking back, right, I think this is our third Charities final. Winner once, twice, maybe once.
I think we won
2 now?
4 times.
4 times. Yeah, sorry.
I think I have some in.
I was teeing that one up for you. Yeah.
Thank
But great job this weekend. Quick thoughts right out of the gate?
I think they're right. Jerry always says they play better, they make you better, and it's all good for the sport. And I know the last season I was like, I need to create more offense from the baseline, so I've been working hard on that and feeling good, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot more fights.
I would like to congratulate them for the season, and they deserve to be ranked that high. And they're 2 athletic players. It's really, every time we step on the court with them, we know it's going to be a battle. Usually it comes down to just a few points. You have to have a good day. Hope your opponents have a little bit of a good day, and then it comes down to just a few errors here and there. But one thing I feel, it's always guaranteed, it's always going to be a great match, and I think the strategic battle and the physical battle, I hope people enjoy that, and sometimes they win, sometimes we win, and I think it's great for the sport. Thank you. Flor is telling me to thank Sophia and Martin and our friends who are here. We actually have a great community here because we are so old. So we've been coming here for a while, and we always look forward to coming here. Not only we like this tournament, but this is the opportunity to get to know everyone. And I know there's a big 50th birthday party tonight that we're going to celebrate hard. I would like to thank you for always being here, whether it's snowing, freezing, raining. Thanks for the support. And back home, I think in Connecticut and New Jersey, we have a following, hopefully back in Serbia as well. And I just hope everyone enjoyed the match.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for the tournament.
Thank you, and I'd like to thank our sponsors, national sponsor Corient for the APTA, and then our local sponsors, Illinois Boyne and Joint, Wintrust, Viking, and also like to thank our Women's League this year for stepping up and being involved, which is always great. Ladies, thank you, and stay tuned for more matches coming up this weekend.
Thank you.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
I am Florentina Hanish, and today I'll be giving a tip on how to start the match the right way. When I start my match, I like to start playing high percentage plays, so a lot of lobs, a lot of balls through the middle. And when I start driving, I go for 75% pace. I find that a lot of club players go for too much, too big at the beginning, but the muscles are a little bit tight at the beginning of the match, and then errors start accumulating. So beginning of the match, go for 75% pace, keep your swing nice and compact, and go a lot for the middle. For the beginning of the match, I would say for the first 4 games, that's when you should stay focused on playing a lot of high percentage. Once you have played 4 games and your muscles start loosening it up and you figure out strengths and weaknesses of your opponents, then you can start changing the plays. I am Florentina Hanish. I hope you enjoyed this tip.